Items are arguably the most important thing for any game really. From weapons to food, an inventory of items is present in pretty much every game ever made. This is especially true for Fallout 3, since most of the perks, skills and quests actually revolve around items. So what if we said fuck all of that and asked the question, can you beat Fallout 3 with no items? First, some rules. No items of any sort. This includes weapons, armor, medical supplies, junk, the whole lot, right? We don't want any of it. You're going to have 0 weight at all times. Although, that being said, a few items are completely unavoidable in the main quest, so we're going to have to pick up those. And rule 2, no companions, because that would be piss easy. What's the point of it then? And with that out of the way, let's get started, shall we? The special stats I chose were 10 strength because I'm going to have to use my fists for the entirety of the run, 10 endurance because I'm butt-ass naked at all times, 10 intelligence for skill points, and 7 in luck, just for good measure. The tag skills I chose were unarmed, sneak and speech because literally everything else is completely useless to me. As soon as I was given control, I tried to drop everything on me, but the BB gun is actually a quest item, which I didn't know before, so I just unequipped it and squashed the bug in VATS barehanded. A couple years later, I again dropped everything on me, but because I'm an absolute retard, I picked up the medicine bobblehead by accident, which is technically an item. But don't worry, it doesn't matter at all. It provides literally no advantage since I can't use medicine, so I decided, fuck it, I'm not restarting, and continued onwards. The second I was woken up by a martyr, I stripped naked in front of her and ran past all of the guards before coming to my first roadblock. I can't open the overseer's office without a bobby pin or a key. The only way I can think to bypass this is to do the instant quick save quick load thing to skip through the door, but I'm on Xbox so I can't do that. Instead, I just decided to bite the bullet and pickpocket the key because otherwise the run ends here. Once I had escaped the vault, I ran straight for Smith Case's garage because farting around in Megaton will get me nowhere this run. On the way, I got into a fist fight with some savage animals, which left me at 3 hit points. That was a stupid decision. And if you didn't know, inside Smith Case's garage, there are a few mole rats. Now, this wouldn't be an issue, but because of my own inadequacy, I found myself fist fighting them naked with 3 health. I died a few times doing this until I figured out they couldn't kill me on top of this counter, which I would say I'll remember for future reference, but honestly, under what other circumstances would I not be able to fight mole rats? I then took a quick kip with my best friend Mr. Skeleton and delved down deeper into Vault 112. Once inside, I was handed a jumpsuit which I promptly threw straight on the ground, but then quickly realised I actually needed it. Didn't know that before, but I guess there's nowhere around it. So I went back, picked it up, and jumped into the simulation. Once I was inside the simulation, I made a beeline for the abandoned house, quickly turning Betty's simulation into our simulation. And then I pissed off with my dad to Rivet City. Once I was in Rivet City, I sat through this boring conversation and then headed to Project Purity, where I decided to test my punches out on a super mutant. Unsurprisingly, my level 3 punches do about as much damage as giving someone a high 5. Since I was clearly far too weak, I decided I needed the Iron Fist perk at level 4, so I went to Megaton to do the first half of the Wasteland Survival Guide quest for a bit of XP. Once I was there, I spat on the armoured vault suit Moira handed me, waited outside for a bit, lied to her, drank my muddy puddle, and then headed off to the Super Duper Mart. And when I was there, obviously I couldn't pick up the food she wanted me to get, so I went back expecting to lie to her again. But turns out she doesn't need proof with this guide that may save someone's life. And with that, I completed the quest, leveled up, and armed with my newfound power, cleared out Project Purity with such ease that I had to check if the difficulty was on normal. It was, so I carried on and fixed up the place before getting kicked out by the Enclave. I thought I might have a bit of trouble with these guys, since, you know, they're wearing fully steel-plated armor, but no, not at all, they all went down like bitches. While I was on my way out, Dr. Lee told me that one of the other guys had a heart problem, And not gonna lie, I kind of pissed myself a bit here since I can't pick up medical supplies for him. But my fears were invalid since despite seeming very determined she won't leave him, I convinced her otherwise almost immediately. This is quite lucky since my last save was quite a while ago, and if I didn't pass that speech check, I would have to load back. Once I had reached the Citadel and completed the quest, I wasted no time fast travelling to Smith Casey's garage and having another nap to refill my health. I then headed out for Little Lamplight, but got stuck on the way, so I had to fast travel out and then make the whole journey again. Once I was there, I didn't pass the speed check to get in, unfortunately, so I went out and freed the slaves. As if, no way, I just reloaded the save and did the check again. Might be cheating, but like, I'm not wasting my time with that shit. Fuck them kids. Anyways, I entered Vault 87 and wiped out its entire population before getting Fawkes to do all the work to obtain the Gek. I also tried to escape getting captured by the Enclave, but it didn't work. Once I was released, my items locker was obviously empty, but the game still insisted that I open it before leaving. Weird, but I guess Bethesda wasn't expecting someone as stupid as me to play this game. Despite having 100 speech, I still failed this check, so I had to go on a bit of a rampage before meeting the president and telling him to go kill himself. After that I escaped and accidentally recruited Fawkes, but immediately fired him, much to his disappointment.
So sad.
I then headed to the Citadel and entered for the first time. While inside, got rid of the virus and the Gek, told Sentinel Loins to stick a power armor up her ass.
You don't have to be an ass about it.
And took the fight to the Enclave in an epic battle. But the robot got stuck, so I had to reload and do it again. Once I arrived at Project Purity, I knocked Colonel Autumn's block off and sacrificed myself to the greater good, proving that yes, you can kinda beat Fallout 3 with no items. Before we end, I'd like to say that this is my first real video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, see ya.